Hi guys, so you're welcome to the class that I'll be teaching you how to create good informative videos for your brand, your camera setup, and the equipment that you will need. Now that we've spoken about how you can get your topics and the importance of creating content for your business, now we'll be talking about how you can use that topic to make content out and making sure that any content that you're dishing out, they are of good quality. Now I know that this is the part that most people want to pull out because they feel like, oh, this is the reason why I don't join all these kind of classes, because they will tell you to buy this and that. I am happy to tell you that the equipment that will be listening to you, or the things that will tell you to buy or not to buy, they are very important, but you can also start from where you are. If it's a Techno phone that you currently own, or you have an Infinix phone, please start from there. Don't start troubling yourself to get an iPhone when you can't afford an iPhone. I remember when I started content creation, or let me say when I started my business, I was using Samsung. And as at that time, I don't even create content. I just borrow people's phone to take my product pictures. So there are times that you will know that the stage for you to get an iPhone has come. You will have enough money to save up to buy an iPhone, not that you will force yourself to get an iPhone when you can't afford one. Now I'll be listing some things that you will need to create a good quality video for your brand, and also some important tips and tricks that will help you in getting the best quality out of your phone, whether it's an iPhone, whether it's a Techno phone, whether it's Infinix or Samsung or anyone that I've not even mentioned at all. Now, number one that I'll be talking about is your phone camera. Of course, like that's the first one we are actually going to talk about. Now, you don't have to stress yourself to get a digital camera, even though digital camera will give you the best of the best quality. But trust me, your phone can also give you a very very good quality if you know how to edit, and you also know how to maneuver your phone camera to give you the best and anything you want out of it. What if I tell you guys that I started using an iPhone in 2021, and before then the phone that I used was Techno Camon CX? Yes, I still remember that phone because, guys, I did ajo. You know what ajo is? I did contribution. You know these people that will bring bike to your school hostel, and then they tell you that you should contribute 200 naira, 500 naira, and then you collect it a particular month. That's the man that I was always saving up with. And I think I saved about, was it 45,000 naira or 50,000 naira then, to buy myself a Techno Camon CX. I think that was my first big phone. And that phone really did amazingly well for me. Like, there's no way I want to make videos and it's not come out nice. And later on, I got tired of the phone. I can't say I got tired of the phone. I think I had like extra cash on me, and I swapped it to Samsung S7 Edge. So the reason why I'm telling you this is just to tell you that there is stage to everything, and you can't rush a step. You need to take life step by step. Don't rush any step at all, because there's always something sweet that will come out of every step. I think it was when I even moved to Ibadan that I just realized that, okay, I think this Samsung S7 Edge now has done enough, and I think the phone was always getting full. That was why I decided to change it to iPhone XX Max as I then in 2021. The only important tip I will just give you under this camera of any kind of phone that you use is that you should not use filter. I don't even know how bad the camera is. Please don't use filter, because when you use filters on your videos, it tends to reduce the quality of your video. There are ways that you can make the quality of your videos to pop out, and I'm still going to teach you before we end this course. I know that we all have insecurities that want to cover. You have acne on your face, you have pimples. Right now that I'm talking to you, I might have edited this video to the point that you might not know that I actually have rashes on my face right now. My face has been breaking out for days now, and I'm going to show you guys now so you guys can see. I will not edit this part of the video so you guys can see my face, and know that we all have insecurities on our face. It just depends on how you handle it and how you carry yourself. Now, if you have insecurities, or you have anything on your face, or you have stretch mark, or you have things that you don't want to show people, the best way to cover it up is not you using filter, is you editing it to an extent that people will not really notice the insecurity except you. Now let me show you my face. Now, can you see my face? Can you see how bad it is right now? Can you see how bad it is right now? And if I'm wearing a top that is not well covered, I also have stretch mark on my arm. So now, if you're the kind of person that wants to be making talking videos, and of course the talking videos will be in portrait, meaning that it's still going to show your face down to your chest arena or your chest area, which is going to show the stretch mark on your arm. Now, I want you to know that people hardly notice insecurities except you. There was a particular time that I wanted to get an outfit, and I sent it to the vendor that is an acquaintance. I said, "Oh babe, I want to get this outfit, but I have stretch mark and I don't like showing it because when I wear it, people might see it." And she was like, "You have stretch mark? I didn't notice that." And this is somebody that sees me often, meaning that she didn't even notice. I'm like, "Of course I do. Don't you see it in all my videos?" Because I hardly edit my videos. Like, I don't edit them to the extent that you will not see them. You will still see some of my insecurities. But apparently I'm the only one noticing them. No one else was seeing it. Even if they are seeing it, they are not talking about it because they have their own too. And I know that this video that I'm doing right now, most of the people that watch it are small business owners. So definitely you don't have an audience that you have, like, let's say 200,000 followers or 1 million followers, that you will have bullies or people that will be bullying you and say, "Why are you so fat? Why is your tummy this big? Why is your breast like this?" Currently you will have people that support you, people that want to boost you up, people that want to root for you. So you will hardly have people like that in your corner. So I will say, at this stage, before you have money to buy a digital camera that will not really show most of your insecurities, I will say that don't use filter, and please accept your insecurities, because most people will not even notice. Now, another thing that I would like to mention under your camera or your phone camera is that make sure that you don't record any video without cleaning the lens. Because you see all those blurry videos that you make, or those videos that you will make and at the end of the day you realize that it is very white. You will notice that the reason why, or should I say the reason why they are always white or blurry, is because you don't clean your camera lens. Whether you use the front camera or use the back camera, if you don't clean the lens very well, is going to get blurry. Now, let me assume that you were in the previous class that I spoke about how to get topics. And I remember mentioning it there that you have to always take your phone anywhere you go. Whether you go to the kitchen, you go to the restroom, you quickly want to go and get something in the next store, you have to always have your phone with you. Now, if your phone is always in your hand because of the instruction I gave you earlier, it means that unconsciously your hand is going to be touching the lens of your camera. Now, it is time for you to develop the idea that you just wrote down, and you quickly just want to set up your camera and make a video out of it. If you don't clean your camera, that simple act is going to break your video, because you will not get the best quality out of it. Now, let's assume that this is your phone, whether it is Techno, whether it is an Infinix phone or Samsung. This is the phone. You've been taking it around all day and you're doing like this, or you're making call and you're doing like this. Definitely it's going to affect the lens of your phone. Now, if you want to clean your phone camera, most of the times when I want to clean my phone camera, I go in first with my wet wipes. So you can use Angel or any kind of wipes that you have at home, and you know it is very wet, and I think it also has some substance in it that will help you clean some items very well. So I go in and I clean it like this. So I just clean the phone camera like this. And you know that when you use a wet wipe to clean a particular surface, definitely you still have some liquid on it. So right now, if I should make a video out of this camera like this, it's still going to affect it because it's going to be very blurry. Why? Because it has some wet substance on it, or should I say the camera currently is very wet. So I go in with a very soft cotton. Now, this is a white handkerchief. I'm going to use it to clean it, or even if you don't have handkerchief, you can use like a very soft linen, a material that is very very soft. That's what you use in cleaning. So if I should clean it with a very white substance, it's going to help the camera to be sharp, crisp and clear. Also, whenever you want to clean your camera, also make sure that you clean the front camera as well, in as much as I'm not going to say that you should always record using your front camera, but make sure that you always record it as well. So now I'm trying to make a video and it's looking really, really clear. Apart from the fact that the lighting is not really great, because we are not talking about lighting right now, we're talking about the quality of the camera. It is very bright right now. So let me show you the back camera as well. Now, before I leave this segment of camera or camera setup, I would like to include that whenever you want to make your video, please don't go in with your front camera like this. Always go in with your back camera, because no matter the phone that you are using, whether Techno, whether Infinix, whether Samsung, whether an iPhone, the back camera always have the best of the best quality. So when you want to record your video, always go with the back camera. I know you might be wondering, if I use the back camera, how do I see myself? How do I know if I'm recording right? How do I position myself in a way that the camera is very good and I'm not by the left of the camera or by the right? I'm in the middle of the camera. So I will say that whenever you want to make a video and you already put your tripod in front of you, I want to assume that you don't even have any equipment at all right now. You're just trying to manage, or should I say you're still trying to use your Windows side to make your videos, or you've even gotten a tripod and you want to mount your phone on the tripod and you don't have any other thing that you can use to check yourself, or you don't even have laptop at all. The way I check myself whenever I'm recording is that I will sit down and I will record a video, then I will stand up and check what I just recorded, if it's right. So if it's not good, I'm going to go back again and switch, like, oh, am I sitting right or I'm not sitting right? I will always check every time until I notice that the camera setup is perfect and I'm sitting very well and it's recording me. Secondly, at every point in time, whenever you are recording with your back camera, always make sure that you check as often as you can, probably every 5 minutes. I don't know how long your video wants to be, or probably every 30 minutes. Always go back to check if you've clicked on record and your video is still recording, because there are times that I will think I'm recording and by the time I'm done I will realize that my phone was not recording. Now I'm going to give you an example. When I was recording this part of the video, I think yesterday, I realized that my phone was already off. I think my battery was low and I didn't realize it. My phone was off and I already spoke for about 10 or 15 minutes. And when I eventually finished the video, I said, oh, let me go and check what I did. I realized that my phone was already dead and I didn't even know it. So how can you know that? There is no how you can know that, especially if you're using your back camera. So you have to make sure that your phone is properly charged before you start recording, so you will not end up in that kind of mess that I found myself that day. Now, another thing that I do sometimes, not every time, there's this particular mirror that come with ring lights. I think 21 inches or 20 inches or 18 inches. I can't really remember how many inches this my ring light is. I'm currently not using it. Most of the times, if I know that I don't have the patience to be recording and standing up to go and check what I'm recording, I always make sure that I go with this mirror that came with my 18 inches ring light. So this is the mirror right here. And when the vendor sent it to me, it was already broken, so I had to use paper. I had to use paper to glue this part up, because this other part too is supposed to be a mirror. It's supposed to be like a double-sided mirror, so that if it should switch like this or if it should, turn like this, I can still see myself when I'm recording. But unfortunately, it broke when the vendor sent it to me, and I currently can't use it properly. But sometimes, if the ring light is working, because currently it's not working, it's always doing on and off for me, so I'm only using my LED light to record this video. That was why I said you don't need a lot of equipment to actually record a good quality video. So the ring light is currently not working, it's just by the side. And sometimes, if the ring light is working, I always put this mirror on it, and it will be showing the front of the camera that I can't see, and I'll definitely see what I am doing. The reason why I'm emphasizing on back camera is because you see all those good quality videos that you see on TikTok or Instagram, and you are like, oh my god, your camera quality is amazing. What phone do you use? Because I always enter comment section and I will see a lot of people saying, what phone do you use? What digital camera are you using? How much is your phone? And whereas they might be using a small phone like you, but the only thing is just that they made sure that they use the back camera and they also clean the lens of their phone. Now I'm going to also share with you very important trick that I use every time, and it has been working for me and it has been helping me so far. Is that whenever you want to record a video or you want to take a picture on your phone, always make sure that your grid is on. I'm going to show you how to put on your grid now, so make sure that you follow me and you watch whatever I'm showing you very well. Now what I want to say is that I don't know if this grid will be on a Techno or Samsung or Infinix, but I know that this grid is on iPhone. So if you check your phone settings and it's not there, you check your camera settings and it's not there, don't worry, the way we edit the video, it will also help you, but this particular grid aspect will always help iPhone users. So let me show you how to go about it. So what you will do is that you go to your camera settings. Let me look for my camera settings right now. Let me search camera settings. You go to your normal settings. You go to the normal settings on your phone and then you look for camera. I think you scroll down. You scroll down and then you see camera. Now this is camera. When you click on camera, you go to grid. Under camera, you will see composition, you will see grid, you see level, you will see mirror front camera, you will see view outside the frame. You can see that right now the grid on this particular phone is off. Is off because the person that owns this phone is not a content creator, and me as a content creator, I want to make sure that every time I'm recording, I am in the middle of the camera, not by the side, not by this side. I am in the middle of the camera. So when you turn on this grid will help you position yourself very well. So if you turn on the front camera of your phone, the grid will show you that you need to be in this middle. And even when you're editing, you see that that editing that you always zoom in your video on CapCut. When you are in the middle of your camera, it will be easy to zoom in because you won't have to cut or crop or adjust yourself. It will just be perfect. So if I turn on the grid on this phone right now, it's on, and I go to the camera, you can see that the grid is on right now. The grid is on. So you see all these boxes, it's just showing me that this is the side, this is the other side, and this is the middle. Can you see that right now I am in the middle of the grid? So even if I want to do back camera, it will also show the grid. Let me show you guys. Now can you see that the grid is also there? So I'll just make sure that I position myself. I can't see myself right now. I'll make sure that I position myself to be in the middle of the grid, and that way any video you want to make, that will guide you on how you should position yourself in the camera, whether it is back camera or front camera. So even if you're standing up every time to check what you're recording, you will just always make sure that you're in the middle of the grid, not outside the grid. It will also help in your editing. When you're editing your video, this particular grid will also help you in editing. So now I want to go back to, I am not sure if this option is on other phones, but you need to play around your phone to check if it has. Just make sure you go to your settings, go to camera and check for the settings on that camera and check if there's a grid option. If there's a grid option, that is perfect. Make sure that it's turned on and not turned off. Now it's going to take your content creation thing to another level. Now before we move on to another thing that you need under how to make your videos and get the best out of it, now I want you to pause this video and go to the trick I just showed you. Now clean the lens of your camera, go to your settings, check the settings under your camera, turn on or turn off the grid, and check if you will not see a huge difference on the videos you're going to make or not. Now number 2 is lighting. Under this segment, people that own different types of lights and people that don't have at all. I'm going to be talking about the two options and how you can maneuver it and get a good quality video out of those two options. Now, for the first segment, I'm going to be talking about people that don't own an equipment at all. Like you don't even have a tripod, you don't have a ring light, you don't even have a LED light. Like I just want to assume that you don't have anything at all. I would suggest that you use a natural light, which is the ray of light coming from your window. So when you use the ray of light entering into your room from your window to shoot your content, it tends to pop. Guys, most of the videos that I've been making for years now, I think I stopped using direct sunlight this year. All you need to do if you're using your window side or you're using the ray of light is that you just set your camera on your window and make sure that you put a mirror there so that you will see what you're doing before you continue that video that you are recording. Please always make sure that you check what you're doing before you keep talking, because you might talk and you miss out the points that you've been trying to pass across and then realize that you've not been making any video at all. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Now I want to use this mirror to record whatever I'm trying to do. So now I want to assume that you don't have any light at all in your room and you're trying to get a video out of whatever you have right now. So you can get a mirror. It might not be like a ring light mirror. It can be like a normal mirror that you use to check your makeup or to comb your hair every morning. And then you just put it at the back of the window here. Just make sure that you set it properly and you see whatever you're doing. Okay, I want to put my own here. And you've cleaned your phone camera, you've cleaned it with a soft cotton. So all you have to do is to put it here and I say, hi guys, how you all doing, how are you? My name is Folashade, I'm a content creator. I can see what I'm doing in the mirror. The mirror is right there and the reflection is perfect. Guys, you don't need any lights for this, and my skin is popping, everything is looking really good, everything is looking really nice in this video, and I love the way I look. I'm in the middle of the camera right now because I'm looking at the grid from the mirror here, and I can see that I am in the middle of the camera and everything is looking good. So now let me show you guys what I'm saying about if you use front camera to record your video and the quality might not be as great as the back camera. Let me show you guys. Now, this is the front camera. I'm looking at myself right now. Everything is good. The quality is not that bad. Why? Because I just feel the quality is not that bad, but the back camera is badder. So whenever you want to record your video, make sure that you use a back camera. You can see that the lighting is just perfect. And another tips that I want to drop here is that whenever you are recording, make sure that any reflection coming at all from the video, it is cancelled. Now you can see that my light here is touching me and it's affecting, I can see that it's affecting the video, especially because it's front camera. Now let me turn off the light and then we'll see the difference. I'm coming. Now you can see that the video quality is totally different. Why? Because I just turned off the light that is reflecting on me, because it's going to create a shadow on the quality, it's going to create a shadow on the camera, and it's going to affect the quality or the sharpness of my video. Now that I've turned it off, it's looking totally different. It's perfect. I love it so much. If I want to talk about, oh, this is the reason why you should not take Milky Donut, and I decide to use my front camera, which I will not say you should use, this is perfect for me. And if I also want to use the back camera, this is also perfect for me. Can you guys see what I'm saying now? Now, can you see that all those little things can make or break the quality of your videos? Now, I realized that even when I was recording on the window, that the mirror was there, I was seeing myself, but I still didn't position myself very well because of the couch. Where the couch was, and where the camera was totally different. So it's going to affect positioning of my video. Why? Because the couch was low and I could not really see what I was doing very well, but I knew that the quality was really great. So anytime I want to record a video, I have to make sure that I record and I check, is this okay? Am I in the grid? Am I beside the grid? Because if you notice, the first video I made with the back camera the other time, and I was beside the grid. If I want to edit that kind of video, it's going to affect other things I'm trying to show you in the video, because I'm now going to zoom it and crop it out. But if I am in the middle of the camera, it will be perfect, because any zooming that I want to do at that point, it will be amazing. Now you can see that even if you don't have any light at all, you using just your window camera is the best of the best. You can see that the quality of the back camera was amazing, and the quality of the front camera is not as good as the back camera, but it's also not totally bad. But the only disadvantage to this natural light, or you using your window, is just that whenever you want to create your content, it has to be during the day. You can't do it at night. That's the only disadvantage to you not having any equipment at all, or you not having any light to use. Now to the second segment of people that might have equipment, I'm going to talk about people that only have ring light, and I'm also going to talk about people that have 2 lights, and I'm also going to talk about people that have 3 lights. Now let's start with people that have ring lights. If the only light you have right now is just your ring light, I'm going to show you how to record your video with just ring light, and it's going to be perfect. So when you want to use your ring light, the only thing you have to do is that you attach your phone to the tripod of the ring light, and you bend the ring light towards you to record any video that you want to record. Let me show you how to do that. Now this is the ring light, and I want to record a video. You can also see that every ring light always come with this tripod, this phone stand, and I think this one came with like 3 or 4 phone stand, and also this mirror that I spoke about earlier. So what I do is that most of the time that I want to record, I always make sure that I screw this mirror up here, and this is my phone stand here. Everything is perfect. Yes, everything is perfect, and it's like this. Now I want to record my video. I'm going to plug this here and turn it on to any temperature that I want. Now that my ring light is on, can you guys see that my ring light is on? All I have to do is all I have to do is to make sure that I use the back of the camera to record. Now I'm going to show you guys. Now I'm going to camera right now, and I want to set my camera and use the back camera. And make sure that I set it very well. So this mirror is going to help me see myself. You can see the way I bent it right now. I can see that I didn't position myself very well in the camera. So all I have to do is to shift it back, sit very well. The camera is still not positioned well. Do it like this, right? And yes, voila, I'm recording. So another thing that I do whenever I want to make sure that I'm getting the best out of these ring lights. These ring lights now, it might not be really bright, because the ring light has some little issues, but your own might not be like my own. Your own might be extremely good compared to mine. But this is how you set up your light. If you're using ring light, make sure there's a mirror in front of you, and using your back camera, and you're talking, and you're also in the middle of the grid. You can see right now that I'm in the middle of grid. So even if I want to edit any video at all, I can zoom in and it will still be perfect. You can see that there's still space on my head, and if I want to zoom in, I still have like opportunity to zoom in and be in the center of the camera. So yes, that is that about ring lights. You can see the whole you can see the whole rashes, or should I say the whole reaction that I said I currently have on my face. And I can also edit this out and make it look really good. We've not gotten to that part of the video, but the most important part is that this ring light, we are using it to actually lit up our face in case we can't use the window, or we just decide to use the ring light for any reason best known to you. We are all in Nigeria together. There are times that you might have ring lights and there's no light. You can decide to use your window. But the only advice I would just give you whenever you're trying to create content with your ring light is that make sure that you shoot it during the day. Like right now, there's still a little bit of reflection from outside because there is light, and it's also during the day. Imagine if I'm creating a video right now, there's light, but I'm shooting at night. Trust me, the video quality might not be that great. Why? Because my ring light is not that bright, and I think most ring lights are actually not very very bright. So most of the times whenever you want to use your ring light, just make sure that you're shooting during the day, and the little reflection you're getting from outside can also help to make the quality of your video to be very good. But make sure that any bulb that you have around, turn them off, because it can also affect the quality of your video, because they'll be reflecting here and there. It might not be nice because you're not the one positioning them to where you want, unless you have a kind of special light that is facing you in your room and it's perfect for your videos. But if it's not, make sure that you turn off all the lights around you and no reflection at all in your videos. Now let's talk about people that own two lights. Whether you have a LED light, ring light, softbox, or you have a LED light or you have a ring light. Most of the times, if you don't have much, you can always go for LED 660. I think LED 660 is about 35,000 naira, but now that dollar is expensive, I think it's about 40k or 42,000 naira. Another one is LED 800. LED 800 is also around that range. I think 35 or 40 as well. But the organa of all of them is LED, I think 600. Yes. Like 600 is very big. Like it's very big. It's bigger than the one I'm even using currently. The one I'm using currently is LED 800. Yeah, and I got it for 35,000 naira. But LED 600 right now is about 135,000 naira or 128,000 naira. It depends on the brand that you want to patronize. But that LED light is really, really good. So if you can buy one of the LED 600 and then you buy one LED 800, the two of them will actually give you a very, very good quality. If you know that you can't afford the two right now, you can always go for LED 800, which I'm currently using because I can't buy the two right now. So you can buy LED 800. LED 800 is around 35,000 naira, and it will also give you a very sharp effect. And there's something I would like to tell you. If you make sure that you watch all the videos in this course very well, you realize that even if you use a little bit of light and you follow the editing process I will be showing you later in this course, you will notice that you actually don't need a lot of light. You just need to know how to edit, put your temperature in place, and make sure that your quality will come out nice even without too much light. But if you have enough money to buy light, you can go ahead and buy those two. So now if you have two lights, that means you have one LED light, one ring light, or you have two LED lights, which is one 800, one 600. All you have to do is to make sure that you put them at 90 degrees to you. Let me put this mic on me and demonstrate to you. So if you're sitting like this and you want to put the two lights on you, there are two ways you can do that. You can do 90 degrees, or you can put one behind you and one in front. So now the one for 90 degrees, all you have to do is to do this. If you do this, one will be hitting your face here and another one will be hitting your face here. So you put one here and then you put another one here, and then your tripod will be in the middle. The reason why I can't really show you that demonstration right now is because I only use one light currently, because I mentioned earlier that my other ring light, I noticed that the cord, whenever I plug the cord, is always shaking. So I'm not using it right now. I'm only just one light to shoot this video, which is my LED 800. That is to tell you that even when you have two lights, one can mess you up and you end up using another one. So you put one here and you put one here, and you get the most amazing quality of any video you're doing at all. And if you also want to put one behind you, that's even my favorite. Most of the videos that I use to shoot my content on Instagram, put my LED 800 behind me. So you will notice that in most of my videos, I'm going to put a demonstration of this video. The wings of the LED 800 will be showing behind me, and it's going to lit up my back, while the ring light will be in front of me, and I'll bend it down. The demonstration that I did earlier for ring light, that's how I always set my camera. I will set it that way, then put the LED 800 behind me. But now that my ring light is no longer working, the only light I'll be using now is LED 800, and it will be in front of me pending the time that I shop for LED 600 or LED 660 or softbox, anyone at all. But you don't have to rush, just take it one step at a time. Now, under equipment, number 3 is your stand, which is known as tripod. So I own two right now, and I use this one to create up close content. Maybe I want to shoot a video on my couch and I don't want to turn sideways, I just want to put it in front of me like this. Let me demonstrate to you guys. So this is how it looks like. It's actually very, very long, and the stand is like this. It's like this. And it also comes with a remote that you can use. It also came with a remote that you can use to either stop the video that you are doing or also start it anyhow you want. You can also use this to take pictures. So if you go out to vlog, or you went out with your friends, you can always go with this kind of tripod, because easily it will fit into any type of bag, unless you're the type that likes all these mini bag that nothing will enter it. But this particular tripod, it can enter any of my bags, and it's very, very durable. Like, it's very strong. I've been using this. It's very, very durable, and it's very strong. I've been using this since 2020, and I got it on Jumia for 7,000 naira. I don't know how much they are selling it now. But if you want me to still go and confirm on Jumia, from the same store that I got it from, please let me know in the support group. But I got this for 7,000 naira. And I also feel like, apart from up close content, if I also want to use it to create video in the house, or maybe I'm trying to shoot a skincare video and I don't want to carry my big tripod inside the bedroom, I can always go with this. So this is very, very nice, and I would recommend that you get one of these. But if you know that you're not the type that go out, or you need to make videos or make vlogs outside, or you need tripod outside, it's not a must for you to get this. Then I have another one that I currently own, that I use right now. That's the one I'm actually using to record this video. I think it's about 60 centimeter. It's very long, it's sturdy. Can you take it outside? Yes, because it came with its own bag that you can arrange it inside and take it out. But there was one time that I tried taking it out. It didn't really look well. Like, I don't know how I would say, but so I realized that the head didn't properly enter the bag. So it was giving me this vibe of, why did I even carry it? I should have carried the smaller one. So I only use this big one whenever I'm shooting content in the house, or maybe I need a particular tripod that is very, very tall and is going to shoot any kind of video that I want to. That's when it's very, very sturdy, it's very, very strong. It's stronger than this small one that I just showed you. And I got it for 15,000 naira or 20,000. I can't really remember. If you also need the content of the brand I got it from, you can let me know. I don't know them, but I've patronized them more than twice, and they delivered. They gave me the best quality that I want. Like this LED 800, I got it from them. This tripod, I got it from them. They always deliver every time. So if you need their contacts, let me know. If you also want me to recommend another brand as well, you can let me know. Both of them, they are in Lagos, and they also ship worldwide. So this particular tripod is very strong. It also came with a remote that you can use to take pictures, record your video, stop your video. You do anything you want with it. So I also recommend for you to buy this one, especially if you want to shoot talking videos in the house. Number 4 under equipment is mic. As much as people will say, oh, you need to get a mic, you need to buy a mic, I will personally tell you that you should start from where you are, which is the slogan I've been shouting since this course started. I also started using mic last year, maybe because I'm naturally gifted with a loud voice. So even if I don't use a mic, you might not even really know the difference. But if you know that your voice is not loud or your voice is very soft, and you know, people, even people that are sitting beside you, they will not hear what you're saying, then you can get a mic. I'm going to be showing you the particular mic that I got last year, and it is called K9. So this mic is a wireless microphone. I don't have to connect it with a, you know, we have some mics that you will use rope to tie them to your phone before you can use it. But this particular one is wireless. All I have to do is just to connect the connector to my phone and then use the mic. So this mic, we have two here. Let me show you the second one. So we have two, and the reason why I got the one that have two mics is because in case I need to interview somebody or somebody is with me, so that's why I got two because this K9, they also have a particular type that it will come with just one mic. So I decided, I think that one is cheaper than this one. I really can't remember how much I got this, but I know it was not up to 10,000 naira. I also got it from that same brand that I got my tripod and my LED lights from. They sell gadgets. They sell gadgets. In fact, they sell headphones. Yes. So they have another type that it won't come with two mics, and they have one that came with two mics. So I got the one that came with two mics, right? And 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 another amazing thing about this K9 microphone is that it will come with an Android connector, and it will also come with an iPhone connector. So if you use an Android, you use Techno, Infinix, Samsung, it has its own connector, and it will also come with an extra one that if you use an iPhone, you connect the two together and then use it. I also like to tell you that there is a way you can increase your voice when you are editing. So if you're the type that currently you don't have a mic, please make sure that whenever you're recording, you record when there is no noise in your compound. Now, if I want to record in this compound, let's say around 4 or 5 p.m., people that are just coming back from school, I mean, even outside my compound in my street, I'll be hearing their voice, all these students and all. So whenever I want to record, I record early in the morning that I know that people have gone to work, or I record late at night when I know that people are sleeping. So if you are in an area that you know that is very noisy, just make sure that you find a balanced time that there won't be any noise at all. You record without mic. But if you stay in an environment, if you stay in an environment that you know that the noise there is very crazy, and there is no time of the day that there is no noise, please get a mic. And there's also a way to increase your voice when you are editing. So even if you get a mic and at a point the mic just went off on you, there's a way you can increase your voice. And if you also stay in a compound that the noise is too much and it's showing a little bit in your background, not a lot, a little bit, there's also a way to denoise it when you're editing. I will also show you that when we get to the practical aspects. Also like to tell you guys that we have different types of mics. So even if it's not this K9, the reason why me I'm talking about this the reason why I'm talking about this K9 right now is because you guys can see me use it, and it's not giving me any issue. I think the only time it gave me an issue was when it was really low and I didn't know. So I connected my phone to it and the mic was off without me even realizing it. So after recording for a long time, I realized that about 4 videos that I did, they don't have any voice. Why? Because it was off. So there's always this green button, there's always this green light coming out from the mic. So if this green light is on, it means that your video is recording or your voice is recording. But if it's off, then it's not. I think the mistake I made that day was that I was not consciously checking it, just the same way you consciously be checking if you're recording, right? I was not checking it if it was still recording. So I think the fault was from me. But I won't be happy if you also go through the same thing when me that I'm your coach, I'm telling you that this is the best way to go about it. So if you can do that, all the mistakes that I made, you will not make them, because I'm telling you the possible errors that might come up in the future. So we also have the expensive mics. I think we have mics that are 500,000 naira, 800,000. I think there's a particular one that I love so much, but I don't think I've gotten to that stage of content creation that I'll buy it. But I think it's Rodeo. Is it Rodeo? If I see the image, I'm going to put it on this video. So that one is about 1,900,000 naira. So it's all these, all these content creators that are really big, and they've started getting a lot of gigs, they've started getting a lot of deals from brands. Yes, they can afford it. But for now, if it's K9 you can afford, that is just 12,000 naira, please just go and buy it and not do pass yourself. And if you know you can't also afford this mic, just make sure that you stay in an environment, or you record when there is no noise in your compound, and you can also increase your voice when you are editing. We'll get there. Also, there is this trick, or should I say hack, that I will also give you guys, right? Because I really don't want you guys to make the mistakes that I've made in the past. So if you want to connect your mic, there is a way you connect it. So it's either you hold this like this. If you hold it like this, is very, very good. But if you're the type that you want to use your hand to demonstrate and you don't want to hold it, there's this arc of, so you make a round fist like this and put it on your chest. So anywhere it stops is where you put the mic, like this. So just make sure that there is distance between your mouth and the mic, because if the distance is not much, or if it's like this, it might be echoing. You might not really hear what you're saying very well, just the way it is right now. But if it's here, you will easily, demonstrate, and your hand will not be touching the mic, or be making funny sounds. And also, if your hair is very long, or like this my hair now that has bead on it, I don't want to move the mic too close to the bead, because any kind of movement. So when I'm moving my hair, it might also affect the recording or my voice quality. So now that I know that my bead, or I might just move and it to make sound, that was why I decided to hold it. But if I know I don't want to hold it, I can just move it away from the air, and also not too far from my mouth. So that way I will talk and you guys can hear me very well. So now, under equipment, number 5 is background. Now guys, this background thing is very tricky because it can affect the quality of your video. Guys, the kind of background you use for your videos, it can make or break your videos. Now let me tell you something. So in as much as there's a way you can edit your videos and your background will not really affect your video, I would still like to tell you that even during editing, your background can also affect your videos. So now, on a normal day, I don't really get comfortable with this my yellow wall. This wall is like, it's not really yellow, it's like light yellow that I used to make my videos. The reason why I'm comfortable with it is because I'm wearing a white top. Imagine if I'm wearing a very contrasting color to yellow, maybe I'm wearing red or I'm wearing purple, it's going to look horrible. So the reason why I chose white for this course is because I know that it's going to go well with my couch and also my wall. So if you know that you're the kind of person that you can't afford to buy a background right now, a PVC to put on your wall, any top or any clothes you want to wear that day, make sure that it's not going to contrast with your wall or the chair you'll be sitting on. Make sure that it's a color that is subtle and is going to go well with your background or your couch. So if I want to wear a red outfit now, or I want to wear a blue top, all I have to do, I have a PVC that I use in taking my product picture. All I have to do is just put nano tape on this wall, then arrange the PVC on the wall. So that way my background will be white and any outfit I wear is going to go with it. I think the most common background that everybody used to advise you on will be white. And the reason why they chose white is because white is very, very attractive and it's very bright. So there is no color that you wear on it is going to pop. And also, there's also this thing I learned recently. You know, all those cotton material that you put under a thicker cotton that will prevent dust from entering into the house. I think they call it, I've forgotten what they call it, but it's like a white linen. I'm going to put it on the video. So if you also don't, if you know that your wall is not good, maybe your wall is like purple or it's like red, or it's just a wall that you can't really repaint, and because it's not your house, or maybe you stay with your parents and they've given you a strict warning not to tamper with anything on the wall, and you just want to do content creation, don't be worried. There are ways you can go about it. You can get that linen material and just create like holes, cutting holes on the wall, and then put it there. So that way, whenever you are recording, is a white background that any of your viewers will be seeing, and it will be only you that will know that is a white, is a curtain, not your wall. Before we leave this equipment part, I want to tell you guys that you should start from where you are. I know the reason why I'm mentioning this, because I am a believer of step by step. Don't rush any process in life. So if you know that this background, this white curtain that I mentioned, or you getting a PVC or getting a nano tape or getting lights and all, you can't afford them right now, please don't rush it. Just make sure that other tips that I've given you, or other hacks that I've given you on how to create content with something or anything that you have at the moment, just make sure you follow them, and I promise you that your video is going to come out great and the quality is going to be amazing.